Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 16th of June, back in the Reading Nook on what is basically a pleasant morning. It's bright, not too, but it's quite cool, so it's good unboxing weather. So I'm back in the Reading Nook with another set of parcels, and I'm going to get to the third and last one today, which is this one. I'm told by the packaging that this has come from Drive-Thru RPG, and it's not for me, it's another one from Neve, who has kindly lent me a package which she hasn't even opened for me to do an unboxing. So let's get to it. Again, facing that strong, really basically Drive-Thru RPG, they really do package these strongly, and there's quite strong glue. There we go. So what we've got in here is Secrets of Doraster. Okay, this is another title that has come off the Johnstone Compendium, which is the community content program for essentially Chaosium's Glorantha, RuneQuest role-playing in Glorantha, 13th Age Glorantha, and Quest Worlds, formerly HeroQuest, and this is by Sound Fip. I have reviewed his book, book on hero questing, and that's an informative one, because hero questing forms quite an important part of role playing in Glorantha these days. This is Secrets of Doraster. Inside you will find a gazetteer of over 100 places with a map of Dorastor and nearby areas, and maps of key places in Dorastor, descriptions of 40 personalities, both of Dorastor and the surrounding borderlands, 25 types of monster, of animal, vegetable and mineral types, write-ups of 9 organisations, RuneQuest write-ups of 8 cults, including adapting the cult of Humact to Dorastor, new abilities for Illuminates, and a description of Illumination and its various schools, 15 magical items, encounter tables of all the important areas of Dorastor, sample campaign and scenario hooks, extended RuneQuest rules for high-level adventurers, tips for playing high-level adventurers and NPCs, based on the write-up of our Dorastor campaign with a great deal of extra material. This covers the land and people of Dorastor and its borderlands. Warning. Dorastor is the most horrible part of Glorantha, a cursed land full of terrors. Secrets of Doraster deals with extreme horror, with topics including violence, cannibalism, seduction, forced matings, ritual sacrifice, and the liberal use of acid. Please do not purchase this if these themes might cause offence. So, this runs to 230 odd pages. There is a very nice advert in the back for the Johnstone Compendium. I think this is a nice touch. Essentially, it supports the hobby, and you will find even one of my books in there, which I think is there. Yes. So I have a small book on there which I've developed, and is available to purchase, and it's very easy to use. So we open up, basically the colour cover in its full glory without all the wordage, and then basically a map of Dorastor. That's not particularly clear, I would say, but essentially, you beggars can't be choosers, and then prologue. And what I like about this straight off is, okay, this is explaining what the book's about. This is explaining about the book's history, where it comes from, and then it goes into a Dorastor Q&A. What's this all about? So essentially, if you are coming to this book and you are new to RuneQuest Roleplaying in Glorantha and Glorantha itself. There's there are plenty of books that have been in print, but then you've got to track those down. But you can go to the Dorastor Compendium, buy this book, and what you'll find out, what you'll discover. So essentially, this is helpful for someone new to the game and new to the region, and that would include myself. I don't know very little about Dorastor. Literally, what I'm discovering what's here, because essentially most of my focus has been on Sartar and the sort of the immediate area for Dragon Pass. Basically a Q&A. That's really useful. That's useful and informative and a nice touch. When we go on to places, and automatically we've got the dread and danger that this area threatens with brew. Brew are basically the goat-headed creatures of chaos, which will mate with anyone and anything. And we go into essentially the places across the region, and this is it's nicely well laid out. You've got a lot on the page, but you've got a lot of useful information. Basically going through. Okay, here's some information. Here's a table of rumours. Okay, here are some scenario hooks, and I think that's making the content automatically playable straight off the page. The GM can go through and take information and develop it into his or her game. We have I think that looks decent. Sometimes a little bit cartoonish. I mean, you can't avoid being cartoonish if you're involving ducks, because essentially that's the nature of ducks. But the artwork, is decent and does the job you set out. It's quite weird and creepy, so interesting kind of spiders, some kind of creature or face mask there. We go further in, and places like the Copse of Pain. That doesn't sound very nice, and I just like the fact that it's you've got a really good gazetteer here of the locations, and it gets down to the details. It's getting down to the small maps, and supporting those with the scenario hooks. So pages and basically pages and pages of places. So every place has scenario hooks. It's sort of like you just how much content is Simon here packing into these first few pages. Quite a lot it would appear. And then we go on to personalities. So personalities of Dorastor, and again it's going to be doing the same thing. We have we start off with Aranara, the Great Mother of Spider Woods, and basically you do this basically full stats here, and she's size 80, so don't think you're going to be taking her on anytime soon, and it comes with scenario hooks. So just these box out texts throughout, and it's doing the same again and again. So pages and pages of personalities, huge amount of content in here, and then we have organisations. So we have one Brew Legion, the Brew Legion, and then we have the other Brew Legion. So just to confuse things. So the Brew Legion, the other Brew Legion. I'm sure there's a good reason for that, but it's funny. It is amusing. It's sort of like okay, so and then we go on. We've got bestiary of creatures, and it's just more and more content. And again, so what I like about the layout is clean, tidy, and it's so you constantly. I'm referring back to these scenario hooks, and they're in these green boxes. But then you've got author's comment, and does that in a different colour. It's a nice use of simple, clear design, just to make things easy to read on the page. So yeah, extensive bestiary. Strange creatures. Basically, you can throw at your player characters, and then we come on to cults, and so we started with Cacodemon, Chaos God of Anarchy and Murder, and essentially. We have a complete description of the cult, how we join, nature of the cult, basically initiate membership, rune lord membership, and so on, associate cults, notes, Cacodemon, temples in Dorastor, temple organisation. So you have a lot of information here that the GM can bring into play. And it does this similarly for so let's see what else we've got in here. Dagorma, the daughter of the earth, the flesh eater, Dorastor, land goddess of Dorastor, and more. The golden eagle, the great Gorp, which is probably the weirdest, probably isn't one of the weirdest cults, but it's still pretty weird. Then we have basically the Dorastor take on the Humak cult, which will be familiar from most basically most role-playing sessions of RuneQuest, because essentially Humak is one of the sort of like more familiar cults, especially if you're playing in Sartar. Tables of chaos features. So basically, it's not just. It's sort of like there are 8 tables of chaos features. You best simply cannot run out of chaos features because it's always changing. And then notes on illumination, which is essentially the greater mysteries of Glorantha and the nature of the world as it is, before we come down to it. We've got encounter tables as well, treasures that they can find in Dorastor, and miscellaneous deals with trade. And I love this illustration. Basically, you've got Dark Troll and Trollkin, and you can obviously see, and it looks absurd that essentially that in a fantasy setting you have another race essentially wearing what appear to be sunglasses, and they're actually sunglasses, but they're basically they are made of basically pieces of obsidian, because the trolls don't like the feel of the sun. It burns, as it were. And then it's talking about last we have campaigns. Starting off with how to stay alive, basically talking about types of campaign, exploration, Mission Impossible, zealots, playing a settlers campaign. I've got plenty of ideas in here as well. we go on to basically this stuff for the game masters at the end, new amended rules, tactics, and so on. And these are all optional. And we'll go on to basically got a quick epilogue at the end. So this is quite basically a full book. What you can do is essentially take this, go and track down all the other Dorastor content available that's published certainly for sort of like 3rd edition RuneQuest, and combine it with this, develop your own, and take all the scenario hooks and develop those into a campaign well away from Sartar and further away from Dragon Pass. So, of course, I'll point out that none of this is canon as such, because it's a community content program coming off the Johnstown Compendium. But that doesn't mean it's not. What it means is that it's come out of someone who is knowledgeable about the setting. Basically, it's born of experience of play and exploration of the setting of content previously available, and development of that content into essentially this book. So if you're looking to take your do a campaign elsewhere, away from essentially the current storyline in RuneQuest Roleplaying Glorantha, which focuses very much on Sartar and the Tarsh and the Lunar Empire, essentially that axis as the hero wars kick off with the Dragon Rise, then this might be an option for you. Otherwise, essentially, this is basically just on cursory leaf through. This is an example of just how good fan-created books can be these days. And I suspect that any RuneQuest fan will want to have this on their shelves, as it adds to essentially the broader canon of Glorantha. And even if it is superseded by an actual official Dorastor book from Chaosium, this is still going to be worth going back to for its ideas, encounters, monsters, and so on. So that's Secrets of Doraster, available on the Johnstown Compendium. If you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook, then please do click the like button down below. If you've got any feedback or comments, then I do take time to read those. And if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, then please click the subscribe button, and then you'll be alerted to another video of me with package, book, nice hot cup of tea, and 10 minutes of me chatting, wittering away about a book I've just seen for the first time. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you to Neve for letting me unbox her book. I do appreciate that. And just appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos. I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the book. Unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.